There's a difference between acting and living, between portrayal and truth. Blood In, Blood Out wasn't filmed on a soundstage or a backlot. It was filmed on streets where gangs still operated, in prisons where men were doing life, in the real barrio with real consequences. Every scene you're about to learn about came with a price. Some paid with their lives, some with their freedom, some with their soul. This 1993 epic wasn't just a movie production. It was an act of cultural rebellion, a collision between Hollywood and reality that created something no studio could have ever scripted. Today, we're diving into 10 shocking facts about Blood In, Blood Out that will shatter your understanding of what it takes to make a true masterpiece. Stick around for the bonus fact because it reveals the trilogy that should have been, but never was.
Number 1. The actors lived with real gang members for months. This wasn't method acting, this was survival training. Before filming began, director Taylor Hackford made an unprecedented demand. Damien Chapa, Benjamin Bratt, and Jesse Borrego had to move out of their comfortable homes and live in East Los Angeles with real former gang members for 2 full months. Not a weekend workshop, not a consultation, full immersion. They stayed in the home of a reformed gang member who took responsibility for their safety, teaching them how to walk, talk, and breathe the barrio. Chapa later said those months changed him forever, connecting him not just to his character Miklo, but to his own Mexican heritage. The authenticity you see on screen wasn't acted, it was lived.
Number 2. Disney freaked out after the LA riots. Timing is everything in Hollywood, and Blood In, Blood Out had the worst timing imaginable. While director Taylor Hackford was editing the film in 1992, Los Angeles exploded. The Rodney King verdict sparked the LA riots, and suddenly Disney CEO Michael Eisner was terrified. A violent crime drama about gangs? Right after citywide chaos? Eisner considered shelving the entire project. Hackford fought back. Disney agreed to test screenings in predominantly Latino cities, and audiences went wild. But during the final test in Las Vegas, a fight broke out in the lobby. That was all Eisner needed. "There's your proof. There's gonna be violence," he said. The film was released anyway, but with minimal marketing, a changed title, and Disney's fingers crossed that it wouldn't cause controversy. They wanted it to disappear quietly. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes secrets, hit that like and subscribe button. We've got more incredible movie facts coming up that you won't want to miss. Number 3. The crew was shot at during filming. Making Blood In, Blood Out wasn't just difficult, it was deadly. While filming in El Sereno, a real drive-by shooting erupted on set. A 27-year-old caterer was seriously wounded when actual gang members opened fire while the crew was taking down equipment. Bullets flew, people scattered, production shut down immediately. Despite hiring ex-gang members as security consultants and taking every precaution, the reality of gang violence crashed into the movie about gang violence. The cast and crew returned, but the incident was a brutal reminder. They weren't just making a film about danger, they were working inside it. Number 4. They filmed in the real San Quentin with real inmates. Most prison movies fake it on studio sets. Blood In, Blood Out went all in. Director Taylor Hackford asked San Quentin's warden, Daniel Vasquez, for permission to film inside one of America's most notorious prisons. Vasquez read the script and said, "This is real. I don't know where you got this information, but this is real." He granted access. For 5.5 weeks, the cast and crew worked inside San Quentin alongside real inmates, serving life sentences. Every person entering had to sign a waiver. "We do not have a hostage policy here. You go in at your own risk." No stunt doubles could match the actors' sizes, so they were truly on their own. Hundreds of real prisoners appear as extras in the film. Those aren't Hollywood actors. Those are men doing time in one of the most dangerous prisons in the world. Number 5. The warden was actually the warden. Speaking of Daniel Vasquez, here's the twist. He wasn't a professional actor at all. He was the real warden of San Quentin State Prison. When Hackford asked permission to film, Vasquez was so impressed by the authenticity of the script that he not only opened the prison doors, he asked to be in the movie himself. His extended cameo as the warden isn't a performance, it's him being himself, doing his actual job on camera. After retiring in 1994, Vasquez became a corrections consultant and expert witness. But in Blood In, Blood Out, you're watching the real deal in his real office, making real decisions. No acting required. Number 6. All the artwork was painted by one Chicano artist. Every painting you see in the film, every piece of art that defines Cruz's character, came from the hands of one man. Adán Hernández, a legendary Chicano artist from San Antonio, was commissioned to create 30 original paintings for the production. Hernández didn't just paint props. He poured his life, his culture, and his soul into those works. Images of Pachucos, Cholos, and the gente of the barrio exploded across the screen. Hernández even appears in the film as Gilbert during the gallery opening scene. His art became so iconic that the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the San Antonio Museum of Art later acquired pieces from the film. For many Latinos, seeing Chicano art celebrated in a major motion picture for the first time was revolutionary. Cruz wasn't just a character, he was a vessel for an entire artistic movement. Number 7. The famous tree is now a protected landmark. El Pino, that towering, oddly shaped tree where the cousins meet throughout the film. It's real, it still stands, and it's now one of the most famous landmarks in East Los Angeles. Located at the corner of Folsom and Indiana Streets, the tree has become a pilgrimage site for fans worldwide. Director Taylor Hackford discovered it by accident while scouting locations and eating tamales at Los Cinco Puntos. He looked up, saw this massive bunya pine perched on a hill, and said, "That's where they'll meet. That's their common ground." Decades later, El Pino has been declared a historic monument and cannot be cut down for any reason. When a 2020 prank suggested a developer wanted to chop it down, outraged fans flooded social media to protect it. El Pino isn't just a tree, it's a symbol of brotherhood, culture, and resilience. Number 8. An actor died before the film was even released. Theodore Wilson, who played Wallace, the cunning old convict who manipulates the system from inside San Quentin, delivered one of the most memorable performances in the film, but he never got to see it in theaters. Wilson suffered a stroke and died on July 21, 1991, nearly 2 years before Blood In, Blood Out was released in April 1993. He had just finished filming and was only 47 years old. His final performance, captured forever in those brutal prison scenes, stands as a testament to his talent. Watching Wallace scheme and survive on screen, you're witnessing a man's last cinematic gift to the world. Number 9. The film was a massive box office bomb. With a budget of $35 million, Blood In, Blood Out was an ambitious, expensive gamble. Disney expected it to make around $40 million. It made $4.5 million. Total. The studio barely promoted it, changed the title to Bound by Honor to sound less violent, and released it quietly, hoping to fulfill contractual obligations and move on. Critics were mixed, audiences were confused. It seemed destined to disappear. But something unexpected happened. VHS changed everything. In predominantly Latino neighborhoods, the film became the most rented movie at video stores across the country. Families watched it together, friends quoted it endlessly. It aired on Mexican television and stars so frequently that entire generations grew up with it. What bombed in theaters became a cultural touchstone at home. Disney lost millions, but the people claimed it as their own. Number 10. It was originally supposed to be a trilogy. Here's the most shocking fact of all. Blood In, Blood Out was never meant to end where it did. Director Taylor Hackford and her writers originally conceived it as a 3-part epic. The first film was supposed to end when Paco shoots Miklo. Part 2 would focus entirely on the prison sequences and end with the betrayal during the Day of the Dead. Part 3? That's where it gets wild. The story would fast forward years into the future. Montana's daughter, the one he never got to meet, would have grown up to become a powerful crime lord, a queen of the underworld. She discovers the truth about her father's murder and seeks revenge against Miklo. The original cut of the film is over 5 hours long, but Disney forced Hackford to trim it to 3 hours for a single theatrical release. Those lost scenes, that alternate ending, and that unfilmed third chapter remain one of the greatest what-ifs in cinematic history. Bonus fact: the screenplay came from a poet who learned to read and write in prison. Jimmy Santiago Baca, the man who co-wrote Blood In, Blood Out, wasn't a Hollywood screenwriter. He was a convicted felon who taught himself to read and write while serving time in prison. Baca's poetry, written from behind bars and mailed to publishers, caught the attention of renowned poet Denis Levertov, who helped him get published. His first-hand experience with gangs, incarceration, and the brutal reality of prison life became the foundation for the film. Baca even appears in Blood In, Blood Out as a prison inmate and member of La Onda Council. He promised a fellow inmate named Mascada, a lifer who saved his life in prison and asked for nothing in return except for Jimmy to tell the world what really happens inside, that he would expose the truth. And he did. Every scene, every brutal moment, Every ounce of authenticity in Blood In, Blood Out comes from a man who lived it, survived it, and transformed his pain into art. Conclusion. From gang-infested streets to the most dangerous prison in America, from a poet's promise to a cultural revolution, Blood In, Blood Out is more than a movie. It's a legend forged in blood, sweat, and unshakable truth. Which of these facts blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed discovering the wild reality behind this epic film, hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to tell us which movie we should explore next. Your suggestion might be our next deep dive into cinematic history.